So my relationship with video games right now, I haven't played any video games actually since the start of the year. Seriously. I know it's crazy for me to say, but I haven't played any video games at all in any form whatsoever since the start of 2026. I know it sounds crazy. Because before, video games was pretty much a part of my life, but now it's just not. I've decided to fully take it away from my life. I'm not playing it in any form whatsoever. Not on the PS4, not on my laptop, not even on my phone. I don't like playing games on my phone anyway. Yeah. So the last game I was playing, which I stopped in December, was GTA 3. I got to it halfway in the missions, and honestly, I think doing the missions are really annoying. Just the game as a whole is pretty annoying. I know it's a game that came out in 2001, and I really do appreciate it for what it is and, what it brought to the GTA series. Really started off the whole thing. Without GTA 3, we wouldn't have GTA 4, GTA 5. Actually, 4 being my favorite. But yeah, so in that way, I really do respect GTA 3. But like playing it, it's not the best experience because I remember the handling for the cars, it's not the best. And the cars are pretty much made out of cardboard. Literally, when I hit the wall, it explodes. In about 2 hits, it explodes. That's how fragile they are. Like every car, basically. The vans, the cars, even the SUVs, they all handle like SUVs. And if you listen to my last talk, I was talking about handling for SUVs. They all handle like SUVs. They're terrible. But yeah, I really do respect what the game is. Some of the missions are really annoying. I think for 90% of the missions, I had to redo them more than 2 times. Yeah, so basically finishing a mission GTA 3 for me in the first go was a rarity. Yeah, sometimes it was fun, but I would say that's a bit of an overstatement sometimes because the amount of times I had to do this one particular mission, man. I remember I had to do this one particular mission at least over 10 times. It was, I forget the name of it, but it was where we had to snipe down some men in the ship, in this ship holding containers. There's about 10 men on the ship. I had to wait for my sidekick. Well, basically, I had to shoot all the guys on the ship before my sidekick got onto the ship and then stole the drugs, the money, whatever. But what was so annoying about the mission was I was starting to snipe the men, but the guy, my sidekick, would get out from his cover and then go immediately after I sniped the first guy. He would go immediately onto the ship and just not wait for me to take out all of the men, which is like, it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb. Like, you would wait for me to snipe all the people before you get onto the ship, so it's safer for you. And that's how I failed the mission because in the middle of sniping all these guys, I would find it so hard to control my touchpad on the PS4 controller. Again to that a bit. Yeah, so I was using the PS4 controller for a game on the laptop. But yeah, I was in the middle of sniping the guys on the ship. The guy, 8 Ball, that was his name. So he'd get onto the ship straight away after I shot the first guy. And I had to hope he didn't get killed. And I had to snipe down all the guys in the fastest time possible, or as quickly as possible. And basically the controls were so, there was such high sensitivity. Like, I don't ever think to keep the sensitivity low, but the game just had its own sensitivity and it was like really high. Like, even if I touched it, the camera would pan to the right or to the left or in some random direction like I never intended to direct to. So yeah, it was crazy, and it's not the most fun experience, but I did somehow get through it. I had to, really control my fingers, and yeah, somehow I got through it, and it was satisfying. It wasn't the most fun experience. But before I decided to get it was the OG GTA trilogy I was playing, because the the what was it called? The remastered version can go in the bin, because you know how people feel about that. I feel the same. It's trash. Yeah. So the main game I was playing before the OG trilogy was Rock League. That was a game that I was spending the most time on. I was pretty much hyped to play the game every single week. I'd spend hours on the game. It was addicting, even though I wasn't the best at it. My highest rank that I got in solos, oh no, in duos, which I played the most, was it was it wasn't silver, but it was called platinum. No, diamond two, yeah. It was either diamond two or diamond three. That's the highest I got to in duos. And then in solos, the highest I would get to gold three, because I'm not really great as an individual player. I need to have someone really good on my team. I was decent, I was scoring goals on important occasions sometimes, but I wasn't the most effective. I would never really spend hours trying to learn skills, if not never, because I wasn't really that dedicated to learning skills, little tricks, because I really never had it in my mind to be one of the best at the game. I just wanted to play, have a bit of fun. Because the thing is, if you think about it, Rocket League is basically like football, but with cars. And I used to play a lot of FIFA before Rocket League, before I knew Rocket League. And I thought FIFA was all buggy, glitchy, it was so annoying to play. And yeah, that's why I switched over to Rocket League. And I think I spent more time on Rocket League than I ever did on FIFA. No kidding. I spent more time on Rocket League ever in my life than on FIFA, which is crazy to say, because I always have a soft spot for FIFA. I remember owning FIFA 18, FIFA 15. I would never actually buy the game like every single year, but I got the trial versions for FIFA 19, 20. I think that's when the series was really going down the drain in terms of gameplay. But yeah, I got the trial versions for them. And yeah, just FIFA as a whole, I always have a soft spot, because I always used to play career mode. And that used to be my whole life back in school, man. That used to be the whole thing I used to think about. I remember we used teams like in the lower leagues of English football, like Mansfield Town or Barnsley. I used Arsenal once as well. Yeah, but it was really fun using these teams in the lower leagues and getting them to the Prem. Obviously, I never brought Mansfield to the Prem, but I brought Barnsley to the Prem. And just, managing your players, it was fun. Just the whole experience was fun. I played a bit of Ultimate Team, but it was never my thing. I thought, obviously, I was bad at it. I never spent a lot of time dedicating myself to the skills, to learning skills. I was never that competitive, really. I like playing what was it called? Divisions. Only got as far as Division 7. But yeah, I really like career mode, and it was basically like a real life simulator, if you want to call it. I want to get back to how I was using a PS4 controller for a game that I got on my laptop. So I got this app. I got this thing called DS4 Windows. And so basically using that, I can connect my PS4 controller to my laptop, obviously using Bluetooth, and then through the DS4 Windows app, I can set the controls to match with the controls of the game, and that's how I can, use the PS4 controller for the game. And I would recommend anyone that's playing the OG trilogy to use a controller, whether it be a PS4 controller, PS3, Xbox. I think you need to be using a controller for these older games because the sensitivity is so high, it's unbearable. I wouldn't have been able to control it with my mouse and keys. I'm not such a keyboard nerd like that. Talking about GTA as well, I have the GTAs I have completed are 4, 5. I've never got onto the DLCs in 4, The Lost and Damned and the Ballergate 20, which I really want to get onto. I actually got the episodes from Liberty City on Steam. I got on sale, which was like, I think it was €15, even less. It was on sale on Steam and I had to get it. Even though I know my laptop cannot run GTA 4. I actually remember when I was like 9 years old, I got GTA 4 on my laptop. But it was running so badly, it couldn't handle it. And well, it could, just about. But then like, again, the controls, I was never a computer nerd, so using the keys and the mouse, it just wasn't for me, for a 9-year-old me. Yeah, that experience wasn't too good. So yeah, I've completed GTA 5, the story, completed GTA 4, the base game, never completed the OG trilogy games, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, even though I have played the games in the past when I was really young. Only got around to them, playing them now. I've never actually, I said like only got halfway through GTA 3, never touched Vice City, San Andreas since. Also, I've played Liberty City Stories, I remember when I was young. Obviously never finished it because when you're young, you're a bit too scared to play the story, let's be honest. I'm not the only one here. Never got around to Vice City Stories and none of the other GTAs. I mean, who actually has played GTA 1 and 2? Obviously, like, they're boomers because those games came out in the late 90s. And I would really like to find someone that played those games because you only ever hear about people playing the newer GTAs. You only ever hear people playing it from GTA 3, San Andreas. Like for most people my age, their first GTAs would have been GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. Maybe a few would have been 4. But for most GTA fans of around my age, they started out with those 3 games. But then you have these little kids which started on GTA 5. They would have bought GTA 5 solely for the reason of online, not even playing the story. This actually kind of pisses me off because they get GTA 5, but they never touch the story. They get it for online because that's all they've ever seen on YouTube, on TikTok, whatever. Because that's what they think is cool. But us men like us, we play the story, we complete the story, and then online. Story first, online second. That's how the way I always used to see it, Story first, online second. That's how we men do it. These kids do these days. They do a bit of the story, they find it boring, never really focused on it, and then they jump onto online, never come back.